Hi, I'm Rich with insideHPC, and we're here at SC13 in Denver at the Adaptive Computing booth. I'm here with Rob Clyde, the CEO of Adaptive. How are you doing, Rob?
I'm doing great. Always a pleasure to see you, Rich.
Oh, you bet, you bet. Well, hey, what is new with Adaptive at SC13?
Well, we're announcing two things here at Supercomputing. So the first is Moab Task Manager. We actually have a demo here at the booth for it. And it's really cool because it allows you to schedule similar small jobs and get them to run up to 100 times faster. So very, very cool. We can actually now launch up to 10 jobs per second per node. So way, way faster. Really, really an interesting way in which we can massively improve the performance for certain classes of jobs.
For sure. So get those small jobs out of the way so you got room for the big ones.
Well, the idea is a lot of, if you think of the batch, is made up of maybe hundreds, thousands, maybe even a million small jobs that are very similar and very alike. And so the idea is we have ways in which we can actually schedule those as a group so that they can run much quicker without the latency and the typical overhead of scheduling every single one. And it really has massive increases in performance.
Okay, so what else you got going that's new?
So we're also announcing our partnership with Intel around Intel Hadoop. As you know, they've come out with an Apache distribution of Hadoop that they're supporting. And one of the things we've done is that working in conjunction with them, we have now announced we're doing a Moab Torque integration that allows you to use Moab and Torque in order to schedule Hadoop jobs as well. This is huge because it now means you can bring Hadoop into the HPC environment. No longer do you have to have a silo. And together, between what Intel has done and what we've done, you end up with about a 2.6 performance improvement in that situation.
Very nice. Okay, so that's today. What's coming around the bend in 2014?
Well, one of the things that we're definitely seeing is that HPC has a lot to offer the world, far beyond its historical HPC type environment. So in particular with big data. And if you think about what enterprises and organizations are trying to do, they want to make data-driven decisions using the data that's at hand. And we now have that amount of data. Most enterprises will tell you they know how to collect the data, they know how to store the data, they don't quite know what to do with the data because they really don't have the infrastructure in place to run the type of jobs that we're used to in HPC. And so we're really seeing that type of convergence. So as we move forward, we're putting a lot of emphasis in being able to handle for large enterprises and organizations the data analysis when you have data intensive workloads and the simulations that often go along with these as you actually try to predict the future and compare that with the data you have in the past to see how good it's going to be. Those two things that create those type of compute intensive and data intensive workloads and making that hum for environments that maybe aren't used to HPC is going to be really cool.
Okay, so maybe a good play for you in the enterprise, sounds like.
Definitely a good play. In many ways, it's HPC comes to the enterprise.